evening, I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Our main event should be a good one tonight. 15 rounds of welterweight action between Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Sugar Ray Leonard's making his way to the ring right now, puffing out his chest, glaring with those eyes, and taking a big stride to his destination of glory. Tommy Hearns is coming down to the ring now, and what a nice reception as he is completely focused in on his goal tonight.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. It's touch gloves, come out fighting.
15 rounds scheduled here in this much anticipated fight, and we are underway with round number one.
Teddy, most of the fighters that you've trained throughout your career are guys that could be described as this, guys that really will bring it and are able to do it throughout the whole fight and go the distance. What's the mental makeup of a guy like that?
Confidence. He's been there before. He's sure that he can do it.
Some fine fundamentals, good counterpunch.
Nice mousetrap there. He let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese. He used distance.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Tommy Hearns' swelling has really got him facing an uphill battle. Good counterpunch. Halfway through this round. Both guys have a reputation of being technical boxers. Leads us to believe we're getting a distance fight here.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the only way that changes is maybe, you know, you never know, a headbutt, something like that, all of a sudden short circuits that. But the way their track record is.
Oh, that uppercut got him badly. Well off the mark by Hearns. It's as if they couldn't wait for the opening bell. Going at it right from the start, and we're still in the first round. Good stuff.
So it's like watching the Pirates of the Caribbean, and the Pacific, and the Atlantic, and the Indian Ocean. Everything.
Last 10 seconds. Parries that punch away. So we come to the end of the round. And that was a round that was very productive for him. Now he heads back to his corner, and they're going to try to repeat the success they just had, I'm sure.
Yes, he hurt his opponent there. He's going to want to go back to what he was doing and remember what set up those big shots.
Listen, I want you to pick his jab. That's right. Pick his jab. When he throws the jab, where's your body work? Hit the body.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Able to cover up. Oh, and there you go. Tommy Hearns is in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. Oh, the hitman got hit himself, and he's looking to clinch.
You know, I don't know if he's going to know how to clinch or how to survive. This is an offensive fighter that really hasn't been in this position in the past. This is going to be interesting to see how he goes about it.
He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back underneath him. Teddy, let's talk about what this wiry, tall, and athletic frame of Tommy Hearns provides for him in the ring, because we've seen him use leverage to his advantage with his power punches.
Well, guys that look like a tall drink of water, and that's what he looks like to me. You know, a lot of people think they're not intimidating. They get more worried about a guy from Venison Beach that, you know, has all those muscles and everything. But those wiry guys, those are the guys that I have found that worry me, because they get leverage and they can really bang.
Able to show you his blocking ability. Halfway through this round here.
Use your feet.
Sugar Ray Leonard's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch.
Get out of the way from those punches. Move your head.
His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him.
Keep your hands up.
He got hit, but he sends it right back.
Jab, jab. Use the jab.
Able to cover up that gut. Devastating blow by Hearns. Not able to land the headshot.
Double up your jab.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there.
Keep working the jab.
Final 10 seconds. Oh! Oh, he digs in downstairs with a counter punch. The end of the round has arrived. And now an opportunity for the trainer here to get his hands on his guy. His guy just got tagged pretty good there. And when he looks into his eyes, what is he looking for?
Well, first of all, he's looking to see whether or not his guy is still there. You know, he got stunned pretty good. And then what he has to do is make sure his guy's listening to him and telling him, hey, look, you got caught. You've been caught before. This is the way we can fix it. This is what you got to do to correct things.
On the fight, and we'll take care of the swelling.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Nice strike after catching one by Sugar Ray Leonard. Nice job to land that counter punch and getting away from one of his own by Hearns. Well, maybe one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing, and we're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. You know, it's a new day and age, but people should really reflect on the celebrity of Sugar Ray Leonard. There was a long time period in this country where he was undoubtedly one of the biggest superstars, not just in sports, but in all mainstream pop culture.
Yeah, he was. First of all, he had that great smile. He was doing endorsements. He was doing soda commercials, you know. And I think what's interesting about that is that he proved himself to the people. At first, they thought he was just this golden boy, this guy, you know, the sugar man. And he had all this great talent. But then after the first Iran fight, he showed everybody that he could roll his sleeves up, you know, that he could get down and dirty, that he could be just a regular guy, a guy that you could count on, not just a guy that was privileged with great talent.
Blocks that punch. On the mark, the counter punch by Hearns. Well, he's going to hope that his vision holds up and isn't impaired because there's swelling now around his eye. Missed the body shot. A headshot blocked. Parries the punch, comes back with the hook.
Nice work. You're doing well. You're fighting this fight. You're fighting on the inside of this guy. I want you to use the ring and keep your distance. You need to capitalize on his mistakes. I want to see that counter hook. Make him pay for his mistakes. Get the compress on. Get the compress on that. Let's work on the swelling. Can we work on the swelling?
Here we go with the fourth round. That's a tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by Hearns. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Cus D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Would you rather have a fighter who's feared or a fighter who's fearless?
I feel like I'm talking to Sonny from the Bronx Tale, but I think that I would rather have a guy that has fear, because he's going to be smart all the time. He's going to be a guy that's going to be aware of things that you need to be aware of. If he's so-called fearless, he's going to walk into all kinds of things that are not going to allow him to be a fighter.
That just missed.
Finish with the hook.
Protecting his head well with his guard. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Well-placed counterpunch by Hearns.
Tommy Hearns' ability to stay on the outside and to score and control this fight is very impressive. I know as a trainer, you got to love this.
Yeah, exactly. I think that he watched Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry. You know, Clint Eastwood used to say, a man must know his limitations. And, of course, you have to know your adversary's weaknesses. Well, right now, that homework, that understanding is showing up.
Many great superstar athletes are associated with one single city, but Tommy Hearns, I mean, Tommy Hearns is Detroit Motor City through and through, isn't he?
Yeah, he is Detroit Motor City, and he runs you over. likes something with a motor in it. And the way he does it is from that really thin frame, usually from the outside, and he just explodes on you.
10 seconds to go in the fourth. Some fine fundamentals, good counter punch.
Nice mousetrap there, he let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese, he used distance.
Nice work. He can't handle your speed. It's too much for him. Keep it up. You have to keep the distance. Stay away from him. Keep throwing that jab. Listen, you need to move your head more, side to side, okay? I want to see that head move more.
Round number 5 has arrived. Parries that punch intended for the head.
Patience now. Keep moving. Keep moving around the ring.
Oh boy, look at this. Right from the get-go, they go after one another.
They remind me of my 15-year-old son going to the dinner table.
Lands the counter. Able to counter that attack. Everybody found so much out about Sugar Ray Leonard on that night back in 1981 when he came up with the 14th round TKO of Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Remember Dundee that night? Remember Angelo Dundee in the corner of Sugar Ray Leonard?
Yeah, he said, "You're blowing it, kid." And of course, he was right, and he responded to that. Sugar Ray Leonard, in that fight, he had to deal with 2 fights. You know, early on, he was dealing with Tommy Hearns, this real big guy, this puncher. He had to box a little bit, and then later on, Hearns got hurt, started moving, and then Leonard had to be the executioner. He had to all of a sudden go after the guy that he thought he was going to be boxing all night.
Able to get away from that headshot with the block. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by Hearns. Teddy, is it possible that he didn't respect this fighter coming into the fight? Now, I know a lot of people would say, yeah, he's ahead on the scorecards, but you can just see the style of fight that this is, Ben. He's being tested.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of 2 things.
Oh! Sugar Ray Leonard's in a bad place right now. He was tagged.
Come on, keep busy, guys. Come on now. Come on. Keep...
We come to the end of the round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those 2 fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Don't fight his fight. Jab and move. Jab and move. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance.
Keep working the body.
There he is on the inside, doing well. Well, there he is on the outside, staying away from any danger, but still able to do what he wants.
Hey, Joe, so often we talk about the height, we talk about the length, but how about talking about patience? How about talking about discipline? He's using both those assets beautifully, staying on the outside, getting his kind of fight.
Tommy Hearns' cut man is going to need to be all over this side. The swelling seems to be getting worse.
Well, it's kind of like being a gardener. You have to start getting in there before the weeds come up. You can't wait until the weeds are all over the place and then pull them up. You're going to destroy those beautiful rose bushes. Well, it's the same thing here. You got to get to this eye before the swelling's there. You got to put that end swell, that cold piece of metal, onto that place early on.
Comes right back with some offense of his own. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Was just off the mark.
Keep your distance.
Good-looking counterpunch. You get the sense that they know no other way how to fight. They are going at it, back and forth, toe-to-toe, punch for punch. Good counterpunch. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. He missed with that headshot. Not able to land the uppercut. Good-looking counterpunch. Just not there. Straight right hand off the mark. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down blue or red corner what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
When he throws the jab, where's your body work? Hit the body.
They are back to action here, but that action has only favored one man. Completely one-sided. Hard to see the scorecards coming into play here with how dominating he's been. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
Nice work with the jab on the outside. Teddy, you've made the point a few times that, hey, it's nice to have something where you got the superior advantage. In this case, he's got the speed. But you can't fall in love with it too much.
No, because what happens then, you're like a teenager that gets one of those sport cars. You know, he gets carried away. He doesn't respect the speed yet. And he starts to run red lights. He starts to do things that he shouldn't do. And that's what's happening here. He's starting to jump in with those quick hands. He figures he doesn't have to respect the dimensions other guys have to. And when he's jumping in, he might get caught. There might be a cop there or a punch there to nail him.
Blocks that punch. Sugar Ray Leonard's training regimen probably didn't include much work defensively because he has been a sitting target all night long.
He's just not moving his head. And you know the problem when you try to block and you don't move your head, your opponent can put punches together and keep you defensive, your handcuffed. But when you move your head, you create an opening. So your opponent throws a punch, he misses, he doesn't put them together. He's worried about something coming back. Right now, the opponent's not worried about anything coming back.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
The punch, comes back with the hook. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs. And this round comes to an end. It is a round that was highly entertaining. These guys really put forth quite an effort.
Well, they both have high engines. They have motors that never stop going.
Keep circling, don't stand in front of it. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
And with the start of this round, the halfway point of this fight. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Said he was going to do it from the outside, and now he has. He just got to his man.
His opponent had no idea that he was still in range. He thought he was at a safe distance. Now he knows he wasn't.
Oh, everybody will tell you can't get away with that. What a big, wide, sweeping whiff that was.
Well, you can get away with it if the guy doesn't want to throw back, but if this guy wants to start throwing back, then you're not getting away with it.
Threw the straight right hand, but didn't score with it. That's some fine work right there by Hearns. Tommy Hearns, his opponent, is saying to himself, I can't believe this. Every time this guy throws, it seems like he lands. He's very judicious with his work.
Yeah, and that's not by accident. You know, that's his temperament. He has that kind of temperament. If you went out with the guy, you talk to the guy, you know, he thinks before he says things. He doesn't just, you know, let his mouth go. He doesn't just let his hands go. He lets them go when he thinks he should.
To go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Doing well on the outside. its conclusion, and it's a round in which our man here, as he heads back, was really tagged pretty solid. So if you're the trainer in the corner, what's your approach?
Well, you know, that's a great question. My approach is that I have to remind him that he's on common ground. He's probably going to think he's in a place where he's never been before, but I'm going to remind him, hey, remember you got hurt in the gym? And then give him something to correct the problem. You know, tell him some technical things that he needs to hear.
Move that body. You need to move that body more. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just
another round. Will it go in another one-way direction? It's been a one-sided fight so far tonight. Tommy Hearns is learning a real hard lesson here, and it's that a corner man can only do so much when you're dealing with this amount of swelling around the eye.
Yeah, you have that end swell in the corner. Of course, it's a piece of metal that you put in ice. It gets very cold. It retains the cold, and you place it on the swelling. But once it gets started, as you alluded to, Joe, it's tough to stop it. You got to get that ice or get that end swell on it early on before that swelling gets started, before it gets to this kind of place.
Wow! Sugar Ray Leonard's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. Sugar Ray Leonard's now tying up after being hurt.
Yeah, but he knows what to do. You just said it. He's tying up. And a guy like Sugar Ray Leonard, he's prepared for these situations. He learned early in his career, maybe in his amateur career, a very important lesson that we are all mortal. And you know, that's his strength, to know that you can be hurt, because then you know how to behave when you're hurt. And he knows how to behave.
Tommy Hearns blocks that punch. Now there's some blood, but it's underneath the eye. It's on the cheek, so it's not going to impair his vision. What is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great shins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Way to protect the midsection. Well-placed counterpunch by Hearns. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Right there on the side. Holy cow! Sugar Ray Leonard. Oh, this is going to be close. He may be able to survive the round, but he has gone down now. Before in his career, but he does not look good now, not at all.
But he understands what he has to do and what he can't do. He knows his legs are there. He's not going to try to move. I think he's going to stay right here and try to grab and try to recover that way.
End of this round. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Now they got some work to do here. Their man was just dropped.
Yeah, the first thing is you put some cold water. You can't use that. You clear his head, and you tell him why he was dropped.
Jab more, jab more, jab more. Pace yourself, okay? No wild punches. Pick your punches.
So here we are, all wondering, can he survive the start of this round after the way we saw him go down in that last round?
Well, it's up to his opponent. Now, his opponent gets a little careless and he rushes in a little bit too close. He can get a chance to grab those hands and tie him up. And then he can kill a little of the clock, survive.
Boy, just staying on the outside, away from danger and scoring well. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Nice strike after catching one by Sugar Ray Leonard. There it is! Sugar Ray Leonard, and he goes down again. Will he get up from this?
This fight is
Tommy
over.
Hearns is going to be partying tonight. A knockout victory. Tommy Hearns is your winner by impressive knockout victory.
And he did it just the way he had to. Stayed on the outside and used those quick hands all night.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great evening.